Some people prove that success doesn't come from books. It comes from vision. Yet one day the whole world called him the self-taught genius. This is the unbelievable story of a boy from the streets of America who turned his curiosity into wisdom and became a living legend. In the small town of Texas, a poor boy named Ethan Brooks grew up in a rusty trailer park. His mother left when he was just 5. That was a luxury his family could never afford. His father worked in a car repair shop, school. While other kids carried backpacks, Ethan carried a toolbox helping his father fix old engines. But even in that rough life, he had something different, a burning curiosity. He'd stare at machines and ask, why does it move? What makes it work? He didn't have answers, but he had questions. And that's where every genius begins. Ethan couldn't read big books, but he could listen. He would sit behind garages, coffee shops, and radio stores just to listen to conversations of engineers, mechanics, and scientists. Every word was a lesson. He began building small machines from broken car parts. Once he created a small fan using a car battery and an old motor. When his dad saw it, he said, "Son, where did you learn this?" Ethan replied softly, "From the world, Dad, not from a book." People laughed at him. "Without school, you'll fix cars all your life," they said. But Ethan wasn't fixing cars, he was studying them. Every bolt, every spark plug, every sound was a classroom for him. He once told a friend, "I may not have a degree, but I'm getting my education from life itself." One evening, a car came into the garage with a strange electrical problem. 3 certified mechanics failed to find the fault. Ethan spent the night under that car, tracing every wire with his flashlight. By morning, he found a single burnt connector near the alternator, something no one else noticed. When the car started, the owner, a tech company executive, was shocked. He asked, "Where did you study, kid?" That executive's name was David Green, the CEO of a tech innovation company. He offered Ethan an internship in California. Ethan had never even been on a plane before, but he said yes. At the company, engineers with degrees from MIT and Stanford were amazed at his problem-solving skills. He didn't know the theories, but he understood the machines better than anyone else. One senior engineer said, "He doesn't read blueprints, he feels them." Within 2 years, Ethan invented a compact energy circuit that made electric cars 20% more efficient. It was revolutionary. The same boy who once couldn't spell engineer became one of the youngest inventors in America. News channels called him the boy genius without a degree. Universities invited him for guest lectures, even though he never went to college himself. When a journalist asked, "Do you regret not studying formally?" Ethan replied, "No. My classroom was the world. My teacher was curiosity." Ethan never forgot where he came from. He started a foundation called Mind Without Books, helping underprivileged kids learn through experience by building, creating, and exploring. He'd tell them, "You don't need books to start learning. You need curiosity to never stop." Years later, he received the National Innovation Medal from the U.S. President. In his speech, he said, "Education is important, but curiosity is powerful. Books give knowledge, but life gives wisdom." The entire hall stood and clapped, not for a degree holder, but for a thinker who turned his life into a masterpiece. Today, Ethan Brooks' story is taught in schools across America. The boy who never studied, but never stopped learning. His garage, where it all began, is now a small museum. A signboard outside reads, "He never went to school, yet he taught the world how to learn." Moral of the story: You don't need a fancy school or an expensive book to become wise. You just need a curious mind and the courage to keep learning, because education ends with graduation, but learning never ends.